Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Blues Over Booze. Excuse me. Due to technical issues, we are not going to be able to see any of your comments during the filming tonight, unless Shane actually sits right in front of the camera there and reads them. So apologies about that. So it might be slightly harder for us to.
At the end of a tunnel.
Yeah, so it might be slightly harder for us to interact this time. Anyway, since our last episode, we have had a 2-0 win away at Oxford, a 2-2 draw at home to Northampton, a 4-1 win away at Peterborough, and lastly a 2-1 defeat away at Gillingham. So obviously we are still in a playoff place, currently 6th. So now over to the Chapmans to blow everyone's bubble and tell us all why we're rubbish and we'll never get promoted.
Phil Brown.
Over to you guys.
Phil Brown.
I don't think we will go up, because I think if we're going to go up, we should beat teams like Northampton and Gillingham, if I'm honest. And if we can't win games like that, and we've got Millwall, Rochdale and Oxford below us with games in hand, and if they win their games in hand, we then drop down the table.
Games in hand
That is
not
true.
points
I
in
know,
the bag.
I know it's not,
Yeah,
but
and
we're not set in stone. It's not like we've got a big gap between us and the people below us. I hope I'm wrong, but I just think if we don't win games like Northampton and Gillingham, then we won't go anywhere.
yeah, but then I mean just a few days ago we were 5th and no one could have overtaken with their games hand. I mean, it changes so quickly. I mean, I personally feel, as I've said for a large part of the season, I personally think that we will make the playoffs, but I don't think we'll win them. And I would then expect us to then mount a serious challenge for automatic promotion next season on that basis, which for some reason Shane finds utterly laughable. But I think that's logical to expect that. I certainly don't expect us to make the top 2, albeit if we'd won on Saturday it would be only 5 points. But
If we played at the start of the season how we've been playing recently, we'd be up.
Yeah, absolutely no question. But I'm still convinced that we will make the playoffs. And at the end of the day, if you're in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Well, this is very true.
If we did make the playoffs, it'd have to be Millwall over 2 legs, because we owe them big time. So that would be really nice.
Well, we kind of owe them, but at the same time, we did beat them 3-1 at home.
I still,
in the
I
league.
said all along we'd be mid-table, and I'll stick by that. I can't see us.
You actually think we're going to drop that far in the last few games?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think what will happen is if we don't get the right result on Saturday against Port Vale, good old Phil will start tinkering like Phil does, and that's when all the problems start. That's what I think will happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we are pretty settled, and I don't think he is going to, unless we get like a major injury crisis or something.
I'd like to think that he's learnt and he realises that staying with the same team, we're not going to win every game, but it's better for morale and team spirit and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure once McLaughlin is back fit, which hopefully won't be long, I'm sure he will get back in the team. I think he's probably going to bring Atkinson back as well. In fact, I read an interesting stat earlier today. I think it's something like 7 goals we've conceded in games when Atkinson hasn't played this season, or hasn't played on the right, and 5 of them have been down the right side. So
What, not Dimitriou's side? Surely not down Dimitriou's side. No.
Yeah,
really?
well, Dimitriou's too busy up front setting up goals, so it's down to Atkinson to help shore up the defence. So anyway, shall we start off with a quick preview, or not preview,
Recap.
review.
Review.
Of the games, starting with Oxford.
Oxford, I thought the first half was appalling. I thought it was woeful on both sides. I thought the second half, we just 2 chances, 2 goals. Thank you very much. We'll take the points and move on.
Yeah, it's mad. I mean, we did play badly, especially in the first half, and we were quite
It
unlucky.
wasn't
But
enjoyable to watch, was it?
yeah, but for some reason against Oxford, it just does not matter. It's just utterly bizarre. I think it's something like the last 12 league games against them, we've won 10. and drawn 1. And I mean, that's a team that's always been a similar sort of level to us. It's not like we've always been at the top of whatever division and they've been down the bottom. And obviously a number of cup games.
We must be there more. We must be to them what Morecambe are to us.
Yeah, well, but even Morecambe, we've at least got points off of them at home. Mind you, we haven't actually beaten them at home. No, it's only a draw. So yeah, it is. Although albeit we play them more often.
Beat them in a cup when Pele was on fire.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then go back to the league, and yeah, utterly bizarre. But I did read some interesting comments from Oxford fans on Twitter, and I thought the best one was when someone put that Southend aren't even our bogey team anymore. It's now full on snot. Which I thought was brilliant. So,
fair enough. On to Northampton. As we weren't there, we missed Northampton.
You're going backwards now.
No, that's all right.
Northampton was
Oxford, Northampton.
Oh, yes, sorry, I do apologise.
Yeah, so obviously I was the only one of the three of us to be at Northampton. At the Northampton game, obviously it was home. Very disappointing, as usual this season, or has been the case for most of this season. We scored an early goal, and so straight away I calmed down, and thought, well, that's it. We could, probably go on and get a win. And then of course they equalised, but then straight away we came back with the second, and everything was looking good. Northampton then got that free kick, which I can't actually remember it now, but based on everything I've read since then, I don't believe it should have been a free kick. And it was so disappointing when you actually look at it. Typical John Joe. So I was just going to say John Joe Shelby, yeah. John Joe O'Toole. I still can't for the life of me understand why Phil Brown was so desperate to sign him.
But he scores goals when he's
he's done well recently, yeah. It was so typical. Well, first of all, obviously the free kick was taken by, I've completely forgotten his name now.
What free kick? Theirs?
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh, the guy left foot.
Yeah, I've completely forgotten it all of a sudden.
Not Taylor, is it?
Yeah, Matt Taylor.
Matt Taylor.
Yeah. Obviously the free kick was taken by Matt Taylor, so I was convinced he was going to score anyway because, at this level, I mean, he's like David Beckham in his prime when it comes to scoring free kicks. And then, but somehow we managed to keep it out anyway. And typically, O'Toole manages to luckily get to it first, and yeah, that was that. So very disappointing.
What happened in the second half then? Still
well,
a whole half to go.
I mean, as usual, we
Brandon, his half-time team talk.
Well, it worked at Oxford, as usual, we were much better in the second half, from as far as I can remember. Certainly, we had plenty of chances, but unfortunately, just wasn't our day. So very disappointing, and especially considering that they beat us 4-0 at their place early in the season when we were rubbish. So it would have been nice to have been able to get something back, but rather disappointing to say the least.
And then on to Peterborough.
Yeah.
What a turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely.
We started on the front foot. We started on the front foot. We started like a house on fire. Deservedly went in front.
No, we were by far and away the better team.
We deservedly went in front. However, let's face it, didn't cross the line, did it?
No.
No, definitely.
I mean,
well,
I've
the
seen,
whole of the ball did not cross the whole of the line.
No. Well, I've seen it on TV, and it's hard to tell. But then, have you actually seen the goal cam?
Yeah.
This season they're doing the goal cam. You can see.
Never crossed the goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
No way there's a whole ball crossed the line.
Everybody
no
where
way.
we were said it hadn't crossed the line.
It's about time. It's about time we had a bit of luck, isn't it? Come on.
It is. It's just unfortunate that it didn't actually make any difference to
No, I was going to say, at least we
us.
didn't win 1-0. Because
I don't know, you say that. It came at the right time, didn't it? If we hadn't scored,
yeah.
if you go in half-time 0-0...
It would have been a little bit nervy,
Yeah.
and obviously
Yeah.
it would have affected the way, maybe the way both teams started the second half. So, and it was well deserved. But second half we were fantastic, and at the same time, I mean, you look at Peterborough's defending. I mean, especially the last goal. I mean, there's no one anywhere near the goal, and all of a sudden, Timlin just races straight straight through nothing.
They all stood and watched him.
And yeah, it was incredible. But I mean, it was a terrific performance all round. I did start to get a little bit nervy when it went down to 3-1. They very nearly made it 3-2.
Save, the Ted save.
And of course but then we very nearly made it. Got another one as well. Very nearly got a fourth before we did get the fourth. But overall, yeah, terrific performance. And fair play to Peterborough fans as well. I've not heard any of them mention about our first goal. I've only heard
I cannot believe they're where they are in the league. I
us.
thought they were atrocious. They couldn't defend.
They had a good win again on Saturday.
Idea.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
no idea how to defend,
yeah, but,
how to attack.
But then,
strange.
But yeah, I mean, just look at how we were earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean,
but we weren't 7th.
I know, but
or 8th.
No, but now we're higher than that. That's I mean, look how bad Gillingham have been recently, and obviously that was obviously largely down to the officials.
But I think though, Darren, that we had that great win at Peterborough on Tuesday, and we just turned up at Gillingham and just went through the motions because we thought we'd do it again.
As somebody said to me, Wordsworth finished the game at Peterborough strolling around the pitch, not doing a lot. And he started the game against Gillingham, strolling around the pitch, not doing a lot. Very true. Good point. I thought we were so slow out the traps on Saturday, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Tuesday night at
We were
Peterborough,
better
we
when we went
flew
down
out,
to
we
10,
pinged the
weren't we?
ball around, we looked good. Saturday, there was nothing. It was just like, oh, we just got to turn up to win this sort of game.
Yeah, but it happens. I mean,
why? It shouldn't.
But I mean, yeah. My point about Gillingham was obviously the fact that they beat us, and I don't know if it's changed since, but they did take the lead early tonight as well. Away at Swindon, I think it is. Obviously, I don't know any of the other latest scores currently, but yeah, obviously Gillingham was next, and
Horrible place, hate it there.
yeah, it is actually one of my favourite away days. Not the actual place, because it is an absolute hole. It really is. That the pub Fleur de Lis has got to be the worst pub in Britain.
And the one at Wimbledon ain't much.
No, the one at Wimbledon's worse.
Well, yeah,
I didn't think it was too bad in there. They did rolls. The beer was okay. They served you quickly.
But it's just a horrible place, and I've never seen so much dog shit in the street as in Gillingham. The whole place is just vile. But
what shocked me with that pub was we came out and there were more people on the pavement outside than there were in the actual pub.
Yeah, but the fact is, and yeah, obviously it's an awful stand as well. But I mean, I have seen us win there quite a lot, and it's so close. And it's always a good atmosphere. Yeah, obviously there's loads of tourists, which I know can be quite annoying to some of us sometimes. But
Tourists
How can
must
you
have
say
seen
really
I don't understand how you
That's
can
the
say
struggle
there's
of
loads of
using-
atmosphere because we haven't got a roof. There's no atmosphere. I
no,
don't think.
just that. Well, mate, not so much atmosphere in the grounds, but just generally like in the
buzz beforehand.
in the pub and yeah, when you're down on like the concourse bit as well, and there's always so many people there that that I wouldn't consider tourists, but people that I like mates that I haven't seen for a long time who I bump into down there and stuff, and it's always just generally quite good. Yeah, obviously.
You can't get over. You got to get the referee's performance there on Saturday.
It was shocking.
Regardless.
Although let's not
Well, we
forget.
keep having shocking referees, don't we?
But let's not forget the our defending for their second goal.
Oh, well, who's the right back?
Well, yeah, Dimitri. But at the end of the day, I do like Dimitri, but recently I don't think
I was
he's
so
been all
pleased.
that.
I was so
And
pleased when we signed him. I thought, yeah, we got a good player. He's died. He can't defend the save. He's
Well-
nearly as bad as Peter Gilbert. And Peter Gilbert's the worst
No, he's
fullback
not as bad
I've
as-
ever seen in my
No
life.
way is he as bad as Peter Gilbert. And I still quite like Dimitri. I agree with what you say. He goes AWOL, but he does go forward. So
Yeah.
maybe he should be.
He's
At
a
the
I
end,
know,
defender.
yeah,
so he's not playing in the right
I knew
position.
you were going to say that, Shane.
He's
But
not playing in the right
He's a
position.
defender who can't defend.
He
yes,
should
but
be playing on the wing then, surely.
But
Rather than in
you
defence.
have to accept. I know you're a bit of a dinosaur, but you have to accept that the modern fullback does. It is a lot
The
more
modern-
about going forward now. You
modern-
can't be a modern fullback and just defend.
I'm not saying just defend. I'm saying defend. He's got no defensive qualities about him. He's terrible.
I have to admit, I was quite mystified as to why he actually made it into the midweek football league team of the week after Oxford. He did set up our first goal, but at the same time, I mean, we all complained that he was shocking to start with. But yeah, I don't think he's been at his best recently. I don't think Wordsworth has been at his best recently. I mean, a couple of weeks or so ago, when we had before Atkinson got suspended, I was saying maybe time to rest him for a bit and bring in and move Tim into his position. But at the same time, you can't deny that Wordsworth is one of those players, even if he doesn't have a great game, he's always like to pop up with a goal, and he's got 10 goals for the season now, which is absolutely fantastic. And I mean, we'd be in a very different position without him, as we saw at the start of the season when he was injured. But yeah, Demetriou as well. He has been very iffy recently at times, even albeit he got the assist at Oxford. He finally got his first goal for us at Peterborough as well, even if it didn't cross the line. But
he can't defend.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
When he's pissing around on Saturday on the touchline with that guy before the second goal, whoever it was, their attacker, just put him out, put him in the stand, put the ball in the stand, put everybody in the stand. Instead of just standing tippy tapping around him, do something, defend.
Well,
face him
yeah,
up.
well,
How many times the penalty? It's the wrong side. It's the
Yeah.
wrong side. It's not rocket science.
yeah, talking about tippy-tapping about and stuff, I mean, that's the one thing that winds me up about Fortuné, because whenever he's got the ball, and obviously it's brilliant that he's actually started to score more regularly now.
Confidence.
But even then, almost every time that he scores, he just seems to faff about so much when he gets the ball, and
It's a common thing.
I don't know, the one at
Wordsworth,
he took the one at
Princess
Peterborough, he
Tippy-toes,
didn't fluff around with that.
Demetriou, Fortuné, and Coca, who always has to do his step over. So that none of them can.
He didn't.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. I mean, you say at Peterborough, yeah, for his goal, but look at the first goal. He was in the penalty area. All he needed to do was take a shot, but instead he faffed about for ages, and somehow, rather than actually losing it like he normally does, he ended up obviously having the shot, which Demetriou then scored from. But it's like at Oxford. I mean, again, fair play to him. He scored the first goal, but in the move leading up to that, at one point, I mean, as you know, away games anyway. Obviously, you don't sit anywhere near me at home games, but I very rarely shout stuff, and certainly nothing negative. But at one point during the Oxford game, I did actually shout something to the effect of "Stop messing about," Fortuné, and then obviously the ball fell to Demetriou, who then crossed for Fortuné to head in. It was just it faffs about so much, and it's so annoying. It's like, just have a shot or pass, but instead he's just like faffing about with it, and obviously a lot of the time he ends up losing it. But clearly I'm the only one who thinks that.
No, I disagree with you. I can say
You
something.
couldn't disagree. He will miss more than he'll ever score.
Yeah,
If he didn't, he wouldn't be playing for us.
But at the same time, you've got to say,
He's 35 though, isn't he?
yeah, exactly. He is 35. We were all talking
But
about
he's
him.
quick.
Yeah, we were all talking about him.
I believe Ibrahimovic is 35.
He is, yeah. We were all talking about.
Ibrahimovic is a completely different class.
Well, we were all talking about Fortuné earlier in the season, and I was basically saying, well, you know, he's only going to get he's just there to come on the sub. He's only going to get a look in if Ranger is missing. And then all of a sudden, he's become the main man. And I've got to say, he has been fantastic.
Ranger was missing.
Oh yeah, but Fortuné has massively stepped up to the plate.
I've been very impressed with him, I have to say.
But yeah,
It's confidence, though, isn't it? It's confidence. He's scoring goals. Once he's scoring goals, your confidence comes back, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he's confident now.
When we signed him, my brother actually said something about. Apparently, he works with a Coventry fan, and said something about what the Coventry fan had said about Fortuné, who played for them last season. But then, as I said to my brother, well, ask any Coventry fan what they think of Freddie Eastwood. So, And in fact, talking of Coventry strikers, did anyone see the video of Yakubu? Obviously, they've just signed him.
No.
They've just signed him last
Is it
week.
like a whale?
No, it's just there's a 2.5-minute video that's been going around Twitter all week of Yakubu on Saturday where he didn't move. He did nothing, and the ball was being played round him, but at no point did he even break into a sweat. It was embarrassing. It really was.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
So yeah, there we go. So have we had any questions?
none whatsoever. Oh, only about Barrett.
I was going to come on to Barrett.
You can come on to
At
Barrett
the
now.
end.
Carry on. Go for it now.
Mr. Southend United. I think it's a great shame that he's left us, and I wish him all the success at Millwall, and I hope he'll be back
At
at
Millwall?
some point.
When did Millwall come into it?
I don't know. I think I'm just imagining that.
For a minute,
but-
you had me worried there for a minute.
I think the way he's been treated by the club is absolutely appalling.
I totally agree. Obviously, I absolutely love Barrett, as does everyone. However, at the same time, I do. It is a fact that
One season too many.
well, not only that, but,
Yeah, but
when clubs want to get rid of players, that's what they do. They do it all the time. It happens to every player. Well, not every player, but it happens to players at every club all of the time. And I mean, you probably more than anyone else I know would normally say in that situation.